So this video has been on my mind for a while now. For those of you who don't know, I am an avid reader. I love to read books, both online and offline. So today I'm going to take you through my book collection. So these are all the books I own, and I share these with my sister, but I bought them, so they're mine. I don't do much actual physical book reading as of late because I read so much stuff on Wattpad and Archive of Our Own. I just enjoy reading new works that people make up and like short stories and stuff like that. But I do love books, so here we go. I'm going to start with The Fault in Our Stars. So John Green is one of my favorite authors by far. He is an incredible writer. All his characters have their own quirks and they're just so amazing, and his writing style is just baffling. Like from the first paragraph, he always has everyone hooked. So everyone should know this book, The Fault in Our Stars. It is about a girl, Hazel Grace, who has cancer, and she meets another boy at therapy group called Augustus Waters, who also has cancer, and it is their journey through love and life and death. It is hilarious and tragic, but it is just one of those books that you have to read at some point in your life. So this one is the movie cover edition. It has some pictures inside from the film. I would rate The Fault in Our Stars a solid 10 out of 10, one of the greatest books I have ever read. Next up is The Beast Within. This is one of the Disney collections, and this is about the Beast and his backstory. It is just so strange, this book. The way they completely changed the Beast backstory, basically, and you know, gave him like a real life, and you know, showed his personality before he was changed. And while it's very interesting, it's obviously not the actual story. So, you know, once you've seen Beauty and the Beast and you know that story, and then you come and read this book, you're just like, that's not right. But nevertheless, it is very enjoyable. I would rate The Beast Within a solid 8 out of 10. It would be higher if it was more aligned with the actual story. Next is another Disney Twisted Tale. This is A Whole New World. This is an Aladdin spin-off. So basically it is what would have happened if Aladdin didn't get the lamp. So this is Jafar ruling Agrabah and all the things that happen, and they have to try and overthrow Jafar without the help of Aladdin's wishes. So this book is dark, it is a little bit scary, and definitely twisted. I would give it a 9 out of 10 just because, you know, it was a little bit hard to get into, but it is a very well written story. Next isn't so much a book as a spin-off. This is the Shadowhunters Codex. So this is one of the off-the-side books to the Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. So this is the codex that they refer to constantly in the books of all the Shadowhunter rules, along with commentary from Clary and Simon in there. So it's very interesting, and you get to learn more about the Shadowhunter world than you do in the actual books. So, and that is very interesting. You get to see all the like the marks pictured in the book. It's just a good read. It's a really easy to read, but you know, it's really great information on the Shadowhunters. So if you are a massive Mortal Instruments fan like I am, I would definitely recommend giving this a look. It also has a big poster in the back, but I'm just gonna leave that be. Next is another Disney Twisted Tale. This is Once Upon a Dream. I got this for Christmas. It is a Sleeping Beauty spin-off. So I am only up to page 102, but I am enjoying it so far. It's basically what would happen if Aurora wasn't awoken by the prince's kiss. So it's a very, very different story altogether, and you get to see a different side to all the characters. You get to know this Aurora a lot better than you get to actually know Aurora in Sleeping Beauty. So it's good so far where I'm up to. I haven't really got to like the core of the story, obviously. I'm only this far in, but I can see where they're headed and I like it. So I can definitely update you guys. If you want to know more about this book, leave me a comment, and when I finish it I will let you know what I think of the book as a whole. Next is a book I haven't read. Some of these books I haven't read because you know, I just haven't got around to it, or they're technically my sister's books that I bought for her and I just haven't got to them yet. So this is a Disney book. It is A Frozen Heart. I'm pretty sure this is just the Frozen story, but you get to know more about all the characters, and it probably goes more in depth, you know, than the movie obviously does, because it's for older readers. Obviously, like, a child isn't going to read a book with text this big. So yeah, I haven't read it, but I do look forward to reading it. I think it will be good. I think it will be pretty solid. The Mortal Instruments. This is Lady Midnight. This is actually not a Mortal Instruments book, it is a Dark Artifacts book. So it is the first in the series, and it follows the story of Emma Carstairs, who falls in love with her Parabatai Julian Blackthorn, and it is a wonderful, wonderful story. It is just everything. It takes quite a while to get into the whole thing of Emma and Julian being in love, but you know, there's so much action and stuff going on through the story that, you know, you don't really care so much, that it's barely about what it says it's about. But in typical Cassandra Clare form, she can't have another series of books in the Shadowhunter Chronicles without constantly referring to Jace and Clary. So I mean, they're in it, but yeah, I actually like Emma better than I like Clary so far, so that is saying something. I love this book, I really, really do. It's excellent. I would definitely recommend it. If you've read The Mortal Instruments and The Infernal Devices, you have to read The Dark Artifacts, like, it's that good. Here I have another 2 Mortal Instruments books. These are just all stacked up in a random order. So this is City of Fallen Angels and City of Heavenly Fire. I think these are the last 2 ones in the series, in the actual Mortal Instruments series. Oh no, is it? No. So this is book 4 and this is book 6. So these are great. This one, I actually did skip some when I was reading it because I was ridiculously bored. There's only so many times you can read the same crap over and over again. I mean, I love The Mortal Instruments, and I know that, like, saying it's crap, but it's, when there's so many books, it gets a bit repetitive, and there's only so much you can take of sitting there reading them, discussing how they're going to take down Valentine. There's only so much of that you can do. So I did skip bits and pieces of this book, but I don't think I missed out on much, to be honest. And my sister read it and she said she did the exact same thing, and pretty much everyone I've talked to who has read this book said they did the same thing. Still a good book, but you know, just a bit long, but you know, I get it. It was the last book in the Mortal Instruments series, so Cassandra's gonna drag it out. That's well within her right, I believe. And of course there is a poster in the back of this one too. These stories were a gift from my auntie. They are called The Rumpelgeist and the Whisperer. So basically they're like a fantasy novel with a lot of shit in them. Honestly, it's been so long since I've read these books that I don't actually really remember what happens. I'm just pretty sure they're like magical people who are like hiding or running away from something. But yeah, I think I only read the first one, which was this one. I'm pretty sure I only read this and I never got around to The Rumpelgeist, just because this was just one of those books that drags on and on and on. I mean, I remember it being good, but obviously not good enough for me to remember all the details of it, so I would give The Whisperer a 6. I don't know, I'll have to try and reread it just because it has been so many years and my tastes do change, but I will try and read it, and we'll see. This book is wonderful. I love it so much, but I have yet to actually find the rest of the books in the series. This is Fated, and it is a Soul Seekers novel. This is by Alison, I hope it's pronounced Noel. Alison Noel. It is so good. Like, this girl, Dare, I can't pronounce her name. She basically goes to Mexico to live with her grandma, who's like a medicine woman, and she falls in love with this like beautiful guy, of course, because it can't be a fantasy novel without a hot guy. And she starts having all these weird dreams and stuff, and her grandmother, you know, knows that she is a soul seeker. So this book is just her liking this boy and you know, showing the first signs of her power. So yeah, I really like this book. I would probably give it a 9 out of 10 just because I think it was a bit slow going in the beginning. I was like, can you just get to the fantasy shit already? But it really does pick up in the end. So this is great, and I'm going to have to find the rest of the books. So Fated, 9 out of 10, but definitely on my recommended list. Venom by Fiona Paul. This is about a girl called Cassandra, and she lives in Venice in Italy, and she is incredibly wealthy. And basically she's engaged to this guy who's away in Paris, and she meets an artist, and I think she's chilling with him. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure she's either with him or he ends up there, but she starts discovering all these dead bodies, and yeah, and this artist guy helps her, and she starts getting death threats, and then yeah, but basically there's a lot of murder, and she's trying to figure it out with this really hot artist dude, but she's engaged to someone else, and it's just it's good. It's good. I think this is in a series. Yeah, it's the Secrets of the Eternal Rose series, but this is the only one I've ever seen anywhere. It was good though. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 just because I don't know, it wasn't like for me, but it was like, I can't deny that it's a good book. So yeah. This is the type of book you pick up at a library and read and you enjoy, but it's never something you spend your money on. This is Angel Dust by Sarah Musey. So this girl, Seraphina, is an angel, a death angel. So basically when people die, she has to go and collect their souls and take them to hell. And she is following around this guy because he's about to die, and as she's following him around, she falls in love with him. And he's a gangster, and he dies from getting shot in like a gunfight. So she falls in love with him so quickly that she saves his life. And yeah, basically she makes the decision, and is somewhat persuaded to fall from heaven to become a mortal so that they can be together. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they both end up dying in the end anyway, so yeah. I mean, it was a good book, but if I could go back in time, I wouldn't buy it, if you know what I mean. I just think, like, this was $12, and I just don't really know if it's worth it. I mean, it's good. I mean, if you like angel books that aren't very complex, then I would recommend this. It's a really easy read, so I'd give it a 6 out of 10 because it's, you know, it was entertaining and it managed to hold my attention, but not the best thing I've ever read. Oh, a Tragedy. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I haven't watched the movie. Actually, haven't read the book. I bought this for my sister, but also for me because I will eventually read it. I'm pretty sure everyone knows how this goes, but this girl Lou becomes the caretaker to this guy here who's in a wheelchair, and he dies. So yeah, it's from what I've read, it's sad but it's beautiful. So I haven't read it, so I can't give you like a rating, but if it's been made into a movie, it's for a reason. So what a surprise, another Shadowhunter book. This is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. This is written by Cassandra Clare, and she has the help of 3 other authors, including Maureen Johnson, who I very much respect as an author. And this is about Simon becoming a Shadowhunter. I haven't read this yet because we got it for my sister, but if it sticks true to what I know Cassandra Clare can do, rhyming, then I know that it has potential to be an amazing book. And I just hope she doesn't drag it out, because it is this big and it has a poster in the back. Oh my gosh, really? Simon. Guys, it's so hot here. I have my air conditioner on and it's just not doing anything. I need to crank it down. Okay, Maureen Johnson, Sweet Scarlet and Scarlet Fever. These books are about a girl called Scarlet who lives in a hotel, and she's 15, and basically the hotel is just completely failing, so her parents are completely broke, and yeah, she basically just starts going around and doing some acting shit. She's like an assistant to this, yeah, I know. It's a cute story. It's definitely, I love Maureen Johnson's writing style. She is an incredible, incredible author, and she's friends with Cassandra Clare, but this book is certainly for like younger teenage readers. You know, when the main character's 15 and the covers are like this, that it's not exactly going to be anything too heavy. So it's an easy read, and it's funny and it's entertaining, and they're just cute. I would recommend them for younger girls or guys if you're into that as well. Yeah, they're just nice books. I don't know, I give them a 7 out of 10 because they're just not what I normally read, but excellent nonetheless. Just good, cute books, and if you're up for something easy, I would recommend these. I think this book changed my life. This is Queen of Kotway by Tim Crothers. So this was adapted into a movie, and it is about how chess managed to change the lives of many, many Ugandan people, especially this girl Fiona. And it's just, it was different to what I thought it was going to be. When I bought it, I thought it would be completely about this girl Fiona and her life, but there was a lot of backstory too for all these other Ugandan families, and the other characters, and you really get to know, it's like a history. It is real people and you're reading about their lives, and it just gives you like this insight into how hard it is to live in Uganda, and it's a good book, like slow going, because because it wasn't what I expected to be. It seemed very slow going because I was just like, where's the bit where we get to Fiona? But it was just lovely. Like, Tim Crothers really got to know all these people, and he managed to capture the hardship and the emotions of all of them in this story. I would definitely recommend it. Whether you like chess or not, I certainly do not, but it is just very well written. Good job, Tim Crothers. House of Night series for me almost trumps the Mortal Instruments and the Shadowhunter Chronicles. These stories are about a girl called Zoe who becomes a vampire, only the vampires in this story are incredibly different to all the vampires you've ever read about before. So this is the first book and the second most recent book, I believe, and I have all the rest on like my e-reader, but these are just so good. The only thing that puts them down for me is Zoe's 25 million boyfriends. I don't know, I just think it is ridiculous that she needs to have so many guys chasing after her. I think it's so unnecessary. Also, this girl is 16 years old, so 16 or 17? She's 16 in the first book, and I think she's 17 in the latest books, or maybe 18, but I believe she's still only 17 in the latest books. Yeah, she has her she has her 17th birthday in the second book. Yeah. No. In the third book, I'm sorry, my memory is so bad. In the third book, she turned 17. So she should still be 17 by the time it gets to this book. And basically, she goes through so many guys, and I'm just like, Zoe, cut it out. I'm like, she's obviously like this gorgeous girl and she has these amazing superpowers, but it's so pathetic, and I just think it is so demeaning. Like, there is no need for her to have so many men going after her. I just think it's excessive. Some of these men are contributing to her life in no way. It's just like, I don't know, but I don't like it. I like everything else about these books, but that. Also, the books did go a little bit downhill for me when the whole Kelowna drama happened. I see why it was the way it was, but I think it was like the books went from one thing to another so quickly. But I still enjoyed it, and I think they're good books. I'd give them an 8 out of 10. It would be a 9 if Zoe wasn't such a whore, and it would be a... I mean, I'm not slut-shaming, but... yeah. But if Zoe didn't get with so many guys for no reason other than to have drama, because she needs at least 3 boyfriends at once, it would be a 9 out of 10. And if the books hadn't done such a massive 180 halfway through, I would give it a 10. Regardless, I still think PC Cast is a wonderful writer, and Kristen, her daughter, does really help to make these books more appealing to teenagers. But yeah, just so good, but then just things about it, I don't know. Yeah, I decided that I'm just going to do this as like a 2-part series. This is gonna be part 1, and the second part will come if you guys want it to come, or whenever I feel like filming a part 2. So I hope you enjoyed this video. All these books I showed are good books. These are all books I've spent my money on. These are not books I've just picked up from libraries. These are my actual books, and I did buy them, and to some degree I have enjoyed all of them. Even if I may not have read them all, I know that I don't buy a book if I know that it's gonna be something I can't stand. Like, even the Angel Dust book, I did enjoy it. Even if it's something I may not invest in now, I was certainly glad I did when I bought it. Anyway, I would keep going and just make this one big video and include all the stuff from part 2, but I'm sweltering hot right now, so I might need to wait till the weather cools down a bit before I film again. But I hope you enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Bye!